Okay, hello everyone. So I wanted to make another lesson video. This is for an elementary, and it's for grade 6 using the Hi Friends 2 textbook, and it's lesson 1, so the first lesson that they get in grade 6. And this lesson in particular has 3 main points. The first one is, do you have? The second one is lowercase letters. The third one is counting, 1, 2, 3. So I didn't do you have and counting 1, 2, 3 because by this time, beginning in grade 6, the students are fairly confident in counting, and do you have just seems a little bit too much on top of doing lowercase letters, because lowercase letters in themselves are quite complicated because some of them are very different from their uppercase letters, so that's why I specifically just chose lowercase letters to work with this lesson. So how I would start is I would have A to Z written on the board in capital letters. I wouldn't have the lowercase letters written down yet, so it's only capitals. I would go over these with the kids. I get them to sing the alphabet song or whatever, just to reacquaint themselves with it. And then after, I made, I don't have them with me, but I made alphabet cards where you have the lowercase letter on it, and on the back there's magnets so that you can grab them at random and then show it to the kids and be like, okay, what's this? And then they'd say it's an E. You'd be like, okay, good. And then you could put it underneath the uppercase letter. So your lowercase letters are all pulled out at random, and then once they're all up, then you can get the kids to go over it one more time. And then after I reacquaint the students with the letters, I'd ask them using their understand cards, do you understand this? And then they can, if most of them had green up, then I'd be like, okay, great. Now we can move on to the game. But usually before moving on to the game, I would practice their letter recognition. So using my name card, I'd ask them, okay, what letters are these? And then they would say the letters, and then I'd grab a student's name card. Their name cards would be written in the same manner of lowercase letters, because the teacher would help them out with that. And then we would read out the letters of some of the students. And this is kind of like a really good, it gets them really engaged because it's their name, right? So anyways, after we do the capital letters and the lowercase letters and recognizing those, I say, let's play Mission Impossible. Now, Mission Impossible is a game that I found off of Inglopedia.net, and it's basically a race game where you have to put up the same letters that the ALT or teacher writes on the board. Now, I have the Mission Impossible music that I put onto their laptop and I used for this activity. They really, really liked it. They super got into it. Now, I just gotta find my pen. Okay, so how I would start this game is I would split the class up into 2 teams. And each team would probably be about, if a class is of 30 students, each team would be maybe 14 to 15 students. And each student on each team would have a letter card with the magnets on the back with the lowercase letters. And so basically, there's 15 members in Team A. Each member would have at least 2 lowercase letters from A to Z. And then Team B, it would be the exact same thing. Each student would have the lowercase letters from A to Z. And what I would do is I would get a volunteer from Team A and a volunteer from Team B to come to the front of the class. And I would get everybody to close their eyes, including the volunteers. Then I would write a word. Oh, that's weird. I'm looking through my phone to write this. And this one. So these are examples. So play and game. So then what I would do is I would start playing the Mission Impossible theme song. And as soon as they heard that, I'd say, go! And then everybody can open their eyes and they have to work together to find these letters. So the volunteer will collect the letters from the students who have them. They'll run to the board and they'll put those letters up because it's so much better if you have magnets on the back of them already. That way they're not fumbling with like the magnets they put over top. Anyway, so once all the letters are up, it would probably look something like this. So P-L-A-Y. And then over here it would be G-A-M-E. And I would stop the music and then I would ask, say Team A was the first to finish putting up the magnets, the lowercase letters. I'd go, okay, Team A, what's this? And then they would say play, or I would help them out. And then I would say, okay, what's play in Japanese? And then they would say it, and I'd say, okay, repeat after me, everyone, play, play. And then after they were done, they would take their letters down and bring it back to the group. Now, how I did the scoreboard is that the first team to finish gets 2 points, and the other team will get 1 point because they were able to participate or whatever. So after Team A says this, I'd go, okay, Team B, what's this say? And then Team B would be like game. And then I'd say, okay, what's game in Japanese? And they'd say that, and then I'd get everybody to say game. And then once that was done, I would erase these words. They'd bring back their letters to the students they belong to. And then I'd say, okay, next volunteer. So then we'd get more, another set of volunteer. And then you can make words as complicated as like lemon and grapes. Although I suggest making them the exact same letter count. So if this is 4 letters long, this should be 4 letters long too. That way it's completely fair. And yeah, so as the students are running to get these letters, I play the Mission Impossible music. They really like that. And then I stop it for us to review what they collected. And then I'd give out the score or the points, and then the kids would take their cards back to the desk. So if you want a more detailed explanation of this activity, you can go to Inglopedia.net, and I believe they specifically call it Mission Impossible. So after this activity, I found doing this for about 15 to 20 minutes was the perfect amount of time, and then there might be maybe 10 minutes left in class. So what I did was I would collect all the letters, and then I would collect, or no, I didn't collect those yet. So I would collect all the letters, put those to the side, and then we would play hot potato. And I have these 2 soccer balls. I bought them from the dollar store for $1, and they're super soft, so it's great for kids because they whip these at each other. And what I would do is I'd get them to pass basically to the person next to them, and when the music stops, so I have other songs on here that I use specifically for hot potato. For example, the Uptown Funk by Bruno Mars, they love that song. So whenever the music stops, whoever has the ball stands up, and then I ask, what animal do you like? What sport do you like? Just to kind of like refresh their brain on certain English words. And then if they're really clever, you can pull a random letter, like a lowercase letter from your deck of letters, and then you can be like, okay, what's this? And they can answer it, right? And then once they're finished, you congratulate them, and then you play the music again, and they keep passing it. And then when the music stops, you can do the same thing. So this overall was my first lesson for my grade 6 students of Do You Have A? And it usually went really, really well. So yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!